What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So today is Tuesday. I hope everyone's having a great week so far. If we have a look at what's going on in the markets, we are seeing some green. We had a little bit of a scare, and then everything sort of just rebounded right back above the $4,000 level. Guys, before we get into it, I just want to let you know I do have another t-shirt to give away for free for you guys. This is another gift from Unibright. It's got the Crypto Zombie logo on it. It's a size large, and it's got like a slight V-neck. Very small. If you guys are interested, drop a comment below and just say something about the shirt, because I know there's going to be other comments on this video, and I will randomly pick a winner live tomorrow. That being said, if we have a look at the biggest gainers of the day, we have some massive gainers. We have Waves up 44%, Nexo 26, 21, 20, 17, Odom, Dex, Stratus, ARK, Binance, Populous, NEM. In fact, really every damn coin is up for the most part if you basically have a look. So that being said, guys, moving on, I have a few key levels that I'm looking at right now, okay? So, I have the 19,976. I also have 11,865, 487. Oh, okay, guys, you got me. I don't do TA on this channel. Honestly, there's a lot of other really good TA channels out there that are a lot better at looking at charts like this than me. But this is really what's happening. Basically, for the average person, okay, we basically fell and fell and fell. And here we are, and we've been currently doing the sideways pattern. So really the question that's been on everyone's mind is, why does crypto keep crashing? Interestingly enough, if we have a look at this chart, if you had invested $1,000 in crypto last year into the top 10 coins, okay, $100 into each of them, unfortunately you would be down a net loss of 67%, or $673.27. However, interestingly enough, the one coin that you would be up on is XRP, which if you had invested $100 a year ago, you would be up $37. Not bad, guys, not bad. But hindsight is 2020, right? So why are the prices plummeting? Well, everyone has something to say. Is it the miners? Is it the Bitcoin cash war? Is it the SEC coming in? Is it lack of interest? It could be all of it together, right? So coming over here and having this discussion with ETCDEV, the economist and fellow at MIT Connection Science, basically, she goes on to say that there's a lot of different dynamics at play here. She thinks that unfortunately people were kind of put off or let down by all these promises of the ICOs last year. The technology did not move as fast as the promises, and people got bored. The other thing too, or disappointed, but the other thing I want to mention too is you have to realize that when you have a market like cryptocurrencies where you can go on an exchange and just trade out of your position so fast, it does create volatility because the market never sleeps. And some people just literally keep their coins on an exchange like Binance and just trade back and forth all day. Think about that, right? So the other thing too is the consumer use cases for crypto assets, which is a lot broader than just cryptocurrencies in general, is continuing to expand. So two key features that serve as the common denominator of all the use cases include redemption from central control and restoration of trust. Most of the major players in all major industries are experimenting with blockchain. We've seen all different kinds of enterprises, Walmart and Amazon and IBM and Intel and all these other guys definitely getting involved. And the thing is that you can't always just look at price. It's basically just market demand and supply, but you shouldn't confuse it with the actual innovation value. What's actually being built, what we're actually focusing on. You don't see these guys throwing in the towel, right? Yeah, some investors have gotten out of the game. Even some people in the crypto space have gotten out of the game, but you're not seeing these bigger players stopping pursuing their interest for blockchain technologies. There's also been a lot of comparisons between crypto, as in Bitcoin compared to money. And yes, these are healthy debates, but many of them are doing, unfortunately, more harm because it's confusing money's role in society with crypto, which is really a pretty damn new asset class for the most part. It's only been around a decade. Look at how long gold's been around for. Come on, you can't even compare the two, right? In fact, to kind of piggyback off all of these ideas, the CEO of Coin actually believes that Bitcoin is going to surpass its all-time high by the end of 2019. I know, another prediction, but he says that unfortunately right now, this year, there's nothing new, there's no catalyst, there's nothing exciting that's going to happen this month. Unfortunately, we have really no news this December in cryptocurrency, okay? Next year is when all the big things are happening. It's when Fidelity and Nasdaq and all these other guys backed are looking to actually implement these products that they have set out. He also said that when you look at historical patterns and where things are going, he says that the bottom is near. He also mentions that he thinks that if there's enough miners going out of business, that means equilibrium is near. When you look at how markets overshoot both up and down, you could probably say that we're much closer to the bottom than anything. Now, that has been a big concern, is the price of mining. I mean, is it profitable? Well, currently, if we go and we look, Bitcoin is sitting at $4,016. So if we have a look at our chart over here, let's take the US because that's where we are, right? So as you can see right here, look, zooming in, the United States on average costs $4,758 to mine a Bitcoin. Looks like you're mining at a loss. In fact, most people on this list are mining at a loss, as you can see right here. I mean, yeah. So that is the question. And everybody says, well, what will happen if the Bitcoin death spiral actually happens? Well, we've talked about this, guys. We discussed this about a week ago, and we basically debunked it and said it was impossible. But just in case you don't know what this is, basically there's a theory that Bitcoin will face a death spiral in which Bitcoin miners decide to completely stop mining, all right? So this is the scenario right here. You can have a look at it. There's also a mining difficulty adjustment, though, that most people don't talk about. So in fact, if you want to know a little bit more about this Bitcoin death spiral and what'll happen if, you know, they stop mining and then blocks take too long and then it gets too expensive and then it just keeps repeating itself, well, it does have a difficulty adjustment every 2016 blocks. In fact, if you're interested, you can come over here and watch this video that Chris Coney put out from the Cryptoverse this morning, where he goes into kind of explain, you know, the difference between how it adjusts. Right here, you can see here's the actual, you know, difficulty adjustment. So if you guys want, you know, that'll be in the description. Have a look at that. Now, moving on. Oh my God! 66,233 Bitcoin have been mysteriously moved from a Bitcoin wallet. And to make it even weirder, this wallet has not had funds moved since 2014. So conspiracies are running amok. You are hearing everyone say this is going to be a massive dump, okay? So this is like $250 million we're talking here. Probably a little more than that, actually, as we speak. So everyone is saying, are they going to dump? To be completely honest with you, probably not, okay? It's probably just overreacting again. It's probably, it could just be an old cold storage for an exchange or something like that. And honestly, who the hell is dumping at these prices anyway? Who in their right mind is gonna dump $250,000 of Bitcoin right now, currently, as we speak? Think about that. That makes absolutely no sense. The other thing to note, though, which is probably the most impressive of all, is how cheap the transaction was. So they moved approximately, I think it was like $263 million worth of Bitcoin for roughly, I've heard some sources say like $45, and I've heard others say around $4, but either way, if you were using the traditional system, that would probably be over $250,000, okay? So just kind of wanted to point that out. I think that's what we should really be taking away from this situation. And the other thing I wanted to point out is these freaking guys are accumulating, okay? According to the new report from Dyer, Ethereum whales spent 2018 amassing an historic amount of ETH. Active trading whales have accumulated more in 2018 than any period in Ethereum's history, despite the ongoing bear market. November closed with whales sitting on a whopping 80% increase versus the start of the year. So yeah, guys, that's basically my take on it. I'm not freaking out. Are you freaking out? I mean, could we dump lower? Of course, but I don't think it's going to be a direct relation to this. Don't forget, people have buy orders too and sell orders as well. So if these things get triggered on exchanges, I mean, this one will get triggered and now this guy's got a lower one and this guy's got a lower one and it'll just keep going, right? We've seen this before many, many times in crypto. Now, I do want to talk about some good news that we have. So this is coming out of Joseph Christnat, I might have said his last name wrong, but it's the vice president of communications at Nasdaq, and he confirmed that the second largest exchange in the world by market cap is definitely going to be launching Bitcoin futures product in the first half of 2019. Now, some people may not be happy about this because futures allows you to short, right? We also, we have to see the details of it moving forward, but I want to just basically show you what they said. He said Bitcoin futures will be listed and it should launch in the first half of next year. We're just waiting for the go-ahead from the CFTC, but there's been enough work put in to make, this to make that academic. We've seen plenty of speculation and rumors about that we might be doing something, but no one has thought to come and ask us personally. So here it is, directly from the source. We're doing it. It's happening. We got into the blockchain game 5 years ago, and when the technology first popped up, we just leant out of the window and shouted, hey, come over here, right at it. We've put a hell of a lot of money and energy into delivering the ability to do so, and we've been all over it for a long time, way before the market went into turmoil, and that will not affect the timing of this in any way. No, period. We're doing this no matter what. So there you go, guys, straight from the horse's mouth. Also, I just wanted to note on this tweet that came out from Gabor Gurbacs. Now, he's the digital asset strategist / director over at VanEck, and he says 3 reasons why Bitcoin is not uniquely susceptible to market manipulation. 1, there exists significant surveilled markets with proper AML and KYC. 2, OTC markets transparent via regulated index provider. And 3, Bitcoin is a commodity and fits under established CFTC jurisdiction. Also, getting back to that whale, if that guy was to actually dump that on the open markets, do you know what that would do slippage-wise? Because there's not enough in the books, and it would just crash the whole thing down. It would be a completely stupid and useless move. So just kind of wanted to point that out as well. Also, moving forward, guys, this is kind of a side topic before we get into the coin news, but I just wanted to say there's like this there's this ad for Investy, right? And it's pretty funny because it starts out with this dude, and he's like all depressed, and he's like, it's really, really, really low, and this girl's like lonely, right? And then by the way, I'm pretty sure that this is Vitalik on the Mona Lisa. Anyway, so they're eating like ramen noodles and everything, and then he eventually goes to propose to her, and she's all like, oh, no, no, and then all of a sudden she's like, yes, 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 and she changes her mind, and then basically, long story short, the price is up. He turns out to be a genius. So it looks like it's a social network for traders. I'm not promoting this or anything. I literally just saw it, and I thought it was like an interesting commercial. So here we go. Here's the big news of the day. I got to start off with the one everyone's talking about, and this is ETCDEV saying that they unfortunately cannot continue to work in the current situation and has announced to shut down their current activities. So this is basically the announcement right here. You see these guys, if you're not familiar with them, they're one of the main development teams for Ethereum Classic. So they said, unfortunately, we have to shut down. So they're basically a team of 10 coders. They describe themselves as the leading Ethereum Classic development company. They maintain Ethereum Classic's main client, Classic Geth, and have built a set of tools for coders called Emerald, as well as the Emerald wallet for ordinary users. So the closest to an official spokesperson for Ethereum Classic has said that Ethereum Classic is not simply just these guys. It's also IOHK, ETC Co-op, ETC Labs, and ETCDEV as well, and a lot of other volunteers. So they say, keep calm, build on. So program director at ETC Labs said 12 projects are joining ETC Labs in San Francisco this January. Teams will be announced next week, if not sooner. So the value proposition of this coin was a sort of backup if something happens with ETH, or if ETH takes decisions that maybe some people don't like. You guys may not know about how Ethereum Classic formed. Ethereum Classic was the original Ethereum, and then they had an issue with the DAO hack where everyone lost their money and blah, 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 so it forked, and then we have 2 Ethereums. But the thing is with these, is they're most likely not going to implement a lot of the things that the new Ethereum, or the one that we know as just normal Ethereum, is going to do, like proof of stake and sharding. But, that being said, I guess there still might be a place for this. A lot of people like Ethereum Classic, and it's unfortunate to hear. I mean, we've seen a lot of these things happening. I mean, Steemit just had to lay off 70% of their employees. There was another company too, I forget who it was. They laid off like 80% of their employees as well. So it's definitely sad times, guys. So another thing I wanted to talk about was about 100 million users of Quora were affected by an unauthorized access to one of its systems by a malicious third party. So account information, including names, email addresses, encrypted passwords, and data imported from linked networks when authorized by users may have been compromised. So guys, this is why we need to turn to these decentralized solutions. Look what happened with Facebook. Nobody trusts these guys anymore, right? So the kind of segueing into this is exactly what Justin Sun was coming out when he was talking about privacy for users, and this is why Tron is looking to implement zk-SNARKs, okay? So basically, if you're not familiar with this, it's a privacy feature. So he goes on to say that there's also other developments and integrations for Tron as well. He mentioned BitTorrent and the impact that it will have for the industry. But, nevertheless, according to the Zcash development documents, which is where zk-SNARKs essentially originated from, if there's not a large number using the zk-SNARKs, it might be possible to deduce specific transactions. So that's a thing too. If 99% of everyone's using transparent transactions and like a couple, random private transactions or shielded transactions happen, well, they might be able to figure out who's using it. But as it continues to grow and more people adopt it, then it can actually become something that will be very useful for a lot of people moving forward. Also want to talk about Singapore-based VC Tribe Ventures has announced today the official launch of its blockchain accelerator, Tribe Accelerator. The accelerator features a 6-month program and will target late-stage startups. It will focus on helping these blockchain startups accelerate product development and increase adoption of blockchain solutions in the mass market. So PwC Singapore Venture Hub and Icon Foundation have both signed on as partners of Tribe. We also have some news from OriginaTrail and Oracle. They've entered in a technological partnership that is going to result in an integration between the Oracle blockchain cloud service and the OriginaTrail networks. The partnership spans across the region as it includes several Oracle offices in Southeast Europe. So this partnership basically enables companies that are already using Oracle products and services to easily use OriginaTrail solutions. It also allows for easier integration of Oracle systems with various blockchains. Got a lot of crypto coin news today, guys, so please just stay with me. We're going to barrel on through this. So finally, we have WaBi. They were keeping everybody in suspense over the rebranding, so now they have officially rebranded. So WaBi is now Tael, spelled T-A-E-L, and we also have Wallami rebranding to TechRock. So there you go. All right. Moving on. We also have Smartlands. So they have partnered with Vilnius Blockchain Center. So in a nutshell, Smartlands, a worldwide security token issuance platform, is thrilled to announce that they've partnered with these guys. So through the partnership, the platform will receive a unique opportunity to promote its upcoming tokenization project, utilizing resources, connection, and facilities of VBC while increasing the center's visibility across the blockchain space. We also have some good news from Quant. They said, today we announce our partnership with AU Cloud, who are sovereign cloud infrastructure as a service provider exclusively focused on the Australian public sector and critical national industry communities. And if you want to read more, this is the actual the release right here. I'm not going to go into all the details, guys, but that's pretty good news. Also, really big day yesterday it was for ARK. You have ARK Core V2 finally live on the main net, so this is a pretty big thing. If you guys want, there's a lot of different features. I'm not going to go into them all right now, but in the same vein, they also have ARK Desktop version 2, so this is good. A lot of different stuff coming out of ARK, so basically you can have a look at it right here. This is sort of some screenshots, and then here's obviously what you can do with that. Now, let's talk about a coin that has been on an absolute tear lately, and that is Factom. Factom was so quiet, so under the radar for almost all of last year, and they've just literally come out of the woods with so much good news. So basically now they've partnered with Yooya. So it has adapted the Factom Harmony platform for its blockchain solution, delivering highly transparent and data-centric solutions without the requirement for unwieldy new tokens and price fluctuations. So obviously this is a good thing. You can read a little bit more about all of this, and this is all made possible due to Harmony from Factom. Also, we have a 51% attack on Vertcoin that happened, which is interesting. Someone from Coinbase decided to actually chime in on this. So in a post by Coinbase's security engineer, Mark Nesbitt, a thorough analysis of the event of the attack has been given. This is it right here. I'm going to just summarize it for you. So in 4 distinct incidents, the latest of which is currently ongoing, Vertcoin experienced 22 deep chain reorganizations, 15 of which included double spends of Vertcoin. We estimate that these attacks could have resulted in the theft of over $1 $100,000. The largest reorg was over 300 blocks deep. And then interestingly enough, scrolling down here, they were like, was this a little bit of a jab considering it's from Coinbase? He says exchanges that support these assets will continue to suffer losses, with the ultimate result that exchanges will be forced to delist these assets. In such an environment, it's hard to find a compelling argument for why these assets should have value. Yikes. All right, guys. Also, I wanted to talk about a member of the Crypto Zombie community. So I want to give a shout out to Crypto's Chain. So he actually went in to do a Neo name service CGAS distribution demo. So obviously in the demo, he shows you how to claim your CGAS via the Nell wallet for holding NNC tokens, as well as how to easily transfer your domain to other addresses. So yeah, if you guys are interested, definitely check that out. And, shout out to the community for spreading the knowledge, guys. Awesome. Now, I want to talk about a few more things before we get on out of here. The first being that the U.S. Department of Homeland Security wants to know if there's a feasible way to track transactions using privacy coins. So they have a document that's recently come out lately, and it specifically mentions trying to find a way to basically conduct forensic analysis on privacy-focused coins like, Monero or Zcoin or Zcash, and stuff like that. So, interesting. In one hand, we have Tron getting all excited, getting privacy features. On the other hand, we have the U.S. government, good old U.S. government, trying to crack down on everything. Now, okay, their reason is, criminal use cases. I get it, but the whole point is to be private, so I don't know. We could talk about this all day, but I did want to talk about some good news. As we said the other day, it is getting close to the holiday season, and interestingly enough, according to a survey that's been done recently, for the first time, teenagers had said that they wanted cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and even Fortnite V-Bucks virtual currency instead of cash, gift cards, or gas money for this holiday season. This was according to the asset management firm Piper Jaffray. Or Jaffrey, not sure how to say it. Also, we have BitPay in the news today. So, the Lightning Network may be the next item you see pop up on your favorite restaurant's menu, thanks to a strategic partnership between Bitfury and the popular cryptocurrency platform Paytomat. The two companies seek to push Lightning Network adoption to the next level by providing more people with easy access to the second layer protocol. So a little bit of a backstory on Paytomat. Essentially, the app grants users access to the growing ecosystem that they've already established. The network includes a host of vendors ranging from swanky restaurants all the way to designer clothing boutiques. Vendors can sign up to become a participating member on the company's website, and they say members literally join, weekly. They always have new people joining. So that's definitely good news moving forward. And before we go, I want to give a shout out to Tom. He says, back in August of 2017, I'm not going to lie, I bought crypto with the sole goal of getting rich. But after months of understanding crypto's potential, my last interest is the money. Realize that we are all part of the reinvention of value as we know it. This is huge. Stick around. Well, to that, Tom, I say, I will, buddy. I will. And I think we need more people like Tom in the space. So guys, I hope that makes you happy before we go. One thing I want to let you know is tonight I'm doing a live stream with Mark Moss over from Market Disruptors. Now, Mark is very knowledgeable in the space, okay? He's very good when it comes to assessing markets, figuring out what's going on. He's the one that, Bitcoin's not going to zero, right? So guys, if you come tonight, it's 8 p.m. Eastern time, and you better come with your questions because this guy definitely is prepared to answer them for you. So look forward to having you. That being said, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to my channel. As usual, you guys are freaking amazing. Everyone that's been liking, subscribing, commenting, joining the Telegram chat below, signing up for the newsletter, just stopping by to say hello. I freaking appreciate you. I love you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Hopefully, I'll see you guys tonight at the live stream. That being said, my name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.